What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Me Miles. My name's Mickey. Welcome back to another Drives with Mickey, the show where we talk about cars, business, life, and everything in between. In this episode, I want to talk to you about how a 30-year-old, yours truly, decides in this stage at his life to pursue a YouTube career. Now, most of you are going to be like,
oh, Mickey, what are you doing pursuing YouTube? Like, you've already got so much shit going on. This is stupid. It's going to be a failure. It's not going to succeed.
Listen, Johnny. The bottom line is, look, in this video, I kind of want to walk you through my thought process in regards to how I made this decision and how I ended up doing this YouTube thing. So, first I want to rewind the clock to 2015. In 2015, I had just graduated college. I had this opportunity to join a business started by my uncle where he had just started taking it seriously. I did not have a choice in the matter. Essentially, my mom and uncle were surrounding me in the kitchen, and they were like,
"If you have to get a job, you just graduated college."
You know, most of us, when we're not entrepreneurially inclined as a young person, we, sometimes struggle to find what we want to do with our lives. So I just ended up choosing to work with my uncle, right? I had no idea what he did. I had no idea what a warehouse management system was, what a software solution was. I had no idea about any of these things, yet I still chose to pursue that career in spite of not knowing anything about it. So fast forward 5 years, 6 years actually, and the business has become more successful than I would have ever imagined. Now, we're not a big business. It's still a very, very small business but by all conventional standards, our business is doing good. So I hit a stage, I would say about 8 months ago, where I had a strike, or a strike of luck, let's call it, a lightning strike, where I made a good amount of money with Bitcoin. As most of you know, Bitcoin rose in the last year from about $7,000 to $65,000. So a lot of people's lives transformed, and mine was one of those lives. And I kind of looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, okay, I got this business thing going on. That's going well. I've got this cool chunk of change that I've made because of Bitcoin. What am I doing with my life? It was kind of like a midlife crisis, but instead it happened at 30 years old. And I'm thinking to myself, Mickey, what are you going to do? You kind of have achieved everything you wanted to achieve, because Mickey was all about the money. Mickey was all about making bank. And the crazy thing is, when you pursue money instead of something that you love, when you finally get the money, you kind of just sit there and you're like, now what? What do I do with my life? So let this be a lesson for those of you pursuing money. If you're pursuing money, just know that it's an empty pursuit. It's something that it will not lead you to happiness, right? It will not make you fulfilled in life. So anyways, I'm sitting in this state, running this business, which I, accidentally ran into, with this good chunk of change that I made with Bitcoin, kind of thinking, what do I do with my life? Well, guys, I have loved cars since I was 3 years old. At 3 years old, I could name every car on the road. I knew every statistic, every parameter of the vehicle at such a young age, to the point that I would beg my grandmother at 3 years old to go look at cars down here in South Florida. And she would take me, and I would just be mesmerized by Lamborghini and Ferrari and these cars that these wealthy individuals had. And the pursuit and the desire for those cars led me, right, to work my butt off to be able to afford this type of thing. So I was like, what makes more sense than starting a YouTube channel where I can discuss my love, my passion, cars, the thing I love most in this world, whilst I still pursue the business thing, whilst I still do the Bitcoin thing? Why do I have to be defined to one thing in my life, or two things? Why can't I build a successful enterprise, a successful business, i.e. this channel, around my passion? And that's kind of where the light bulb started to click. That combined with the birth of my baby, and I was like, you know what? I need to pull the trigger on this. It's time for me to step up, and instead of talking and yapping my mouth about how when I have X amount of dollars I'm going to start a YouTube channel, I need to start it right now. The bottom line is, guys, as human beings, we tend to procrastinate. We tend to put excuses on why we're not pursuing certain goals, certain aspirations, certain dreams. And for me, I always put the damper on myself. That like, okay, when my business succeed and when I have a couple $1 million, then I'm gonna start my YouTube channel. And then when I finally got those things, then I was like, oh, when I have a little bit more money, when I'm a little more successful. But at the end of the day, I realized that I was just procrastinating, and it was all these things combined together that pushed me over the edge and led me to begin this journey. Now, guys, what do you take away from a video like this? Like, why is this beneficial to you? Right? I'm sure you're asking yourself, Megan, what the fuck are you even talking about? The bottom line is, guys, what I'm trying to say is, why don't you pursue something you love today? Why don't you pursue your dream today? Why are you settling for making a paycheck, or making, even if you're making $1 million or $2 million or $3 million a year, why are you settling for doing something you dislike in exchange for money? You're just exchanging your time, which is way more valuable than money. Trust me, this last week, I spent my time with people with billions of dollars. We flew on a private jet to Alaska to go fishing, and these individuals are older, and they would exchange every dollar in their bank account to be young again. You guys don't understand just how valuable your time is. So why not dedicate your time to something you love, to something you enjoy, to something you're passionate about, and let the money come secondary. This is a cliche thing. If you do something you love, the money will come. But it's so true, guys. Just because you enjoy it, you will find a way to make it work. You will find a way to make it successful, and that's how I feel about this channel. That is why a 30-year-old with a successful business, with a family, decides to kind of start a little side hustle about his true passion. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed that episode, and I really hope that you have an amazing day. Take care.